I get my early morning start and head on down US 89, Davis County, where I live. Another great morning for a start of a hike. Now we switch over to Salt Lake County, I-215, take the 6200 South exit and turn right at the light. Continuing on, we get in the left lane and going up today to SR 210 in the Big Cottonwood Canyon area. Traffic's still light this morning. We then work our way up the canyon right into our construction delay, but it was only a minute, so it wasn't too bad. A more annoying delay was 8-minute delay later on in the trip. Then we finally get up to Solitude Ski Resort, move on past the ski resort, heading up to Brighton Ski Resort. But before we get there, we make a left-hand turn on Guardsman Pass Road and head on up to Guardsman Pass. And no parking at this place anymore, so I had to change plans. We had to go to Bloods Lake Trailhead.
Okay, change of plans. Can't park at Guardsman Pass, so I'd come down to Bloods Lake Trailhead, and I'll take it up that way. I'm not sure the distance, but we'll go this way. It's fine. Anyway, it's about 8:30 on September 6th, 2023, and we'll get started right now.
Okay, trail stats for today: approximately 5-mile hike with almost a 1,700 foot elevation gain, 6 hours and 37 minutes. This was an unplanned loop hike with a temperature of 42 degrees. Cold for September. And yes, we are on the Bloods Lake Trail. Working our way up through the aspen trees. Beautiful, beautiful sight today. We come to our first trail junction and we've got to take the fork to the right. That is the Bloods Lake Trail. The other one takes you to a different lake. And then we start working our way up the mountain. The trail was pretty flat at the beginning, but then it gets really rocky. This was a kind of a rocky trail to go on. It alternated between rocky and smooth, but a very beautiful part of the trail right here. And of course we ended up getting into our wildflowers. Again, another trail with a bunch of amazing wildflowers. And they even have a bench, a rock bench, to look at these beautiful views.
Okay, this is a little steeper part of this trail. I'm sure it'll get worse. Closer.
And the trail gets progressively steeper here with a bunch of rocks, of course. But oh well, that's part of the hike. Upward and onward on the hike, going up. We come to another trail junction. This one you want to go straight through. If you take it to the left or right, you'll go to a different place. I think this one to the left goes to a place called Lack of Something Trail. That's a funny name. And we progressively go up this trail. A few logs today, not many. We needed to turn left, but I decided to go right because I wanted to take a look at this beautiful Bloods Lake today. Beautiful this morning. So after taking pictures, we go back, turn right, go across a little footbridge, and get another amazing view of Bloods Lake. Just iconic this morning. Beautiful. Then we head up to another junction. You want to go upward. You want to go to Clayton Peak. One last look at the lake, heading up the trail. This gets steeper now. As you work your way up, you want to make sure you take the right turn here, otherwise you'll go to a different lake. A beautiful panoramic view with Clayton Peak in the distance. So now we're working our way up as we hike to the ridge, make a right-hand turn, a shortcut through the meadow. It takes you all the way up to the trail, which gains the ridge line. This trail joins up with another trail. You want to make sure you go to the right. You want to gain the ridge, so you got to go up. And it gets progressively steeper at this point, but the ridge is right there. And again, more and more wildflowers on this trip. Amazing. And then it opens at the ridge. It opens up to the Heber Valley, a beautiful view, and a nice motion lapse of Clayton Peak. Just amazing place. I had lunch here. It was great. Another view of the mountains going to the west there towards Salt Lake City. And then what? We have a flyover of a helicopter with the moon in the background. Amazing. And another view of my destination for today on the trail that goes up to Clayton Peak. This was kind of brutal. This was all rocks after a while and very, very steep. It just keeps a rocky path. There's not really any defined trail. And then this is as far as I made it today. About 60 feet from the top was all rocks, but we were above Brighton Ski Resort at the Great Western Express lift, and then you get a beautiful panoramic view from this part of the trail, if you want to call it that. Not really a trail. And that's what I had to go back down, all rocks. And then some of the surrounding peaks. I had done Sunset Peak earlier last week, and there you go. And that was where I came from, that trail across the meadow. Waxahachie Lake. And my final destination for the day was Peak 10,375, and that's where I'm heading to right now. Down past, you can see Silver Lake in the distance, and that's the rocky sort of trail that we had to follow back. This was the junction where you can go to the Brighton Ski Resort or head on back down. And this is our way up to 10,375. It was a slog. It was kind of tough. A lot of rocks to negotiate, and it's pretty steep here. And that's where we came from. I came almost to the top of that peak, Clayton Peak, and now I'm all the way over on the other side. Finally making it up to Peak 10,375. We have accomplished the goal for the day and got treated to an amazing, amazing view. And there's Clayton Peak from the top of Peak 10,375. And now just to sit back and enjoy all these panoramic shots hooked together from the top. This was a 360 view you got from this peak. And that area right there is the area that I decided to hike back to. This was the parking lot that I couldn't park at before. That's Guardsman Pass. More amazing scenery. Okay, here we are, another day in hiking. I'm at the top of Peak 10,375. I didn't quite make it up to over here to Clayton Peak, about 60 feet from the top. It was too rocky, and anyway, it was incredibly windy today, and now we get a chance to see some butterflies, which are amazing up there. And the last look at the peaks before we leave the top at 10,417 feet. Steep descent downhill,
this is the calm before the storm, before I have to head back down a really steep slope to get down to the parking lot. And the last little bit of the trail as we wind down this steep incline. And the final few steps of my hike today, ending at Guardsman Pass. If you cross the road, you could go up that trail you see there up to Guardsman Peak, 10,011 feet, if you want to do another peak. Okay, my car's not here, so I think what to do at this point, and I actually hitched a ride, and these nice people came and drove me back to my car in the Bloods Lake parking lot. Thanks for watching.